Hey, Shalom, Makib, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Shibur Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel brother from the standard every hound by Hashem Yahawashi, where they may be. Real quick, this is titled, are we headed for LD number 2? As in lockup number 2, or down lock, or lock, being locked, LDOWN. I said that way, because I don't know, I really quote the whole Fair Use Act, when they can't really mess with your videos, but, are we headed for another particular shutdown, okay, over here in the West? All right, because if you look up, Panama is currently, I believe they uplifted their so-called mask restrictions, but they're still dealing with a lot of draconianism because they're dealing with food riots, and things are being rationed out, etc. Okay, even going back into Shanghai, I believe Shanghai is talking about locking all the way back down too, due to these emerges in these different particular these new pestilence. I said that way because Esau, he gets a little in his feelings when you mention certain things about his society, So are we headed for another one here in the West? And the possibility for that is a very astounding possibility. Okay, we thought they may try to avoid it. I believe they tried to avoid it for a long time because they didn't want the economy to totally shut down. But if they do that again, this economy will not survive. It will collapse. All right, and that's a fact. If they end up doing that again, this economy will collapse. I don't see it surviving if they end up doing that again. Why? Because the first one that they did, it put out 70-80% of the mom and pop businesses, man. A lot of businesses shut down based on that. So this time, with that already being a ripple effect and already being pretty much broken down in the supply chains and systems, which is done systematically, I could very well see that this place won't last another one, man. But it would be done strategic. Why? Because they want to bring in an MOTB. Like we always stated, and I echo this again from several other brothers, that first one, or that first experiment, was really to bankrupt everything and put a ripple effect in the economy. Because that first one has totally devastated the economy because it wasn't in good standing anyway. But still, overall, that's had a terrible effect on the economy, man, and that's why they set up the whole PPP loan things, okay, because it was so-called to save back businesses, which that didn't really do anything because everybody that was taking those loans, they was scamming, man. They was scheming, they was scamming, people were facing fines, prison times for all that, mainly you Jakes, because you Jakes, basically you took the PPP loans and you bought Hellcats and Chargers, you went down to Miami for the weekend, you spent all your money with no starting up a business. So, pretty much they like, nah, we need all that back. Because technically that was for people and business owners that were struggling to find work or to, pretty much get their foot back in the door. So, yeah, man, it's not looking too good, especially with all this new creation of these pestilence that Esau is coming up with. The new V here, the new that, and it's a shit show, man. Okay, but this is all prophesied in the Holy Bible because the Holy Bible tells us that these things are going to happen, man, okay? It tells us about the draconian law, okay? The certain methods, okay? The coming down with great wrath, the shutting down of cities and so forth. So, hey, it's very possible, okay? Because, like I said, man, with these all new so-called new particular variants, or if you want to say pestilence that's coming abroad, they're going to shock people. They're going to make people even more afraid because the first fear factor of that, people was literally bugging the hell out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was to the point that if you cough around somebody and somebody get whiff of it, I'm trying to fix this thing. Give me one second. literally ready to split your wig, man. You know, if you was to go around with somebody in a store and you was to make certain gestures, man, people would lose their damn minds, man. You know, they would literally go batshit crazy because of the propaganda and hysteria that they were putting in the news. Okay, which you can't believe a damn thing what the news is saying, because how many food riots are there right now and that's not being reported on by CNN or MSNBC or any of these talking heads? They're not talking about it, man. Like, you got food riots like Sri Lanka, that's pretty much done. All right, people out there going crazy. The fact that the president of Sri Lanka, man, he hopped a jet out of there because they was getting ready to take his ass out. Okay, and that's the mindset of the people, because an article came out asking him about, I want to say, they say like 30 to 40% of Americans are ready to come up armed against their government. Okay, because they feel that they're being played, they feel that they're being taxed to death. Well, the joke is on you, because you've had men come out a long time ago telling you that the IRS was a sham, and that print funny money or money out of thin air was never going to be the solution to keeping your economy afloat. You see? But see, you didn't listen to that. You believed in a whole sentiment of the American dollar, because you could print more money or as much money as you want. There won't be any consequences of it. But this is the consequences of it. And this is the reason why they got to come up and create these particular scenarios, so they can have something to blame the dollar collapse on, instead of saying, yeah, we got you, haha. Go ahead and take the MOTB. They ain't gonna come out and tell you like that, man. All right? Why? Because they gotta hide it. You know, but they're being exposed now, because it tells you in Psalms, the 64th chapter, it tells you that, roughly paraphrasing it, man, Psalm 64, it says that, what is it? It says their tongue should cling upon their own heads, man. Okay? Meaning that their own particular people, their own people that they set up in these establishments are gonna pretty much expose them, okay? And tell them that they were playing and destroying the people's lives, man. Because everybody that went down there and drunk the juice, a lot of those people, they dropped dead already, man. You know, a lot of them dropped dead, you know? And a lot of people that was being around people that took the juice, they got sick from that, man. You know, especially if you were working around people, man, you were sharing the same air with them. You know, the pathogens that they're releasing out of their bloods is coming into the air and you're breathing it in. That's fucking with people, man. You know? And being around them, being around work. I've had an inner ear issue, found out it was my inner ear that was causing my allergic reactions to everything. And it's getting better, but it's still, you know, not perfect yet. I just been taking a lot of herbs and praying, man, on it. And the Lord, you know, finally is trying to clean it up, you know. Still may have to get it looked at to see what type of infection I may have had in it, because, you know, you've been around the people that's taking that shit, you know, and just all the pollen and stuff like that, everything is all out of whack. So just some inner ear shit, you know, could have been like an ear infection or something like that, or like some just built up of fluid, you know, which happens when you get allergies. But overall, man, people were literally getting sick from this stuff, man. All right, because the stuff that they're putting in the air, you know, like the chemtrails, all the barium oxides we're breathing in. We're breathing in straight toxins, man. You know, straight toxins and poisons. Okay, day by day, your immune system is constantly being taxed by the madness that Esau is putting in the air. Okay, so now he's getting ready to try to possibly lock down again, and these people gonna lose it. Okay, because they feel like they didn't recover from the first lockdown, and they ain't gonna give you too many more stimulus checks, because the more stimmies they run out, the more lower the economy is going to plunge, because now that money that they're printing out of thin air, I believe they ran out of QE, which is quantitative easing, which allows them to borrow money from the Fed at a 0% interest rate, or sometimes lower than that, which I didn't think you could go lower than a 0%, but Esau, man, his numbers game is all confusing, it's all madness. And at the end of the day, it's all witchcraft at the end of the day, you know? So, yeah, man, prophecy says in Isaiah 24th chapter that, hey, it's possible that it says all the doors should be shut up in the streets, man. All the houses should be closed up, sealed up, going into your businesses, your economies, okay? People ain't going to want to really be around each other, man. People are going to be all depressed, you know? Like, you got all these shortages everywhere in certain parts of the country. Like, gas is going down, okay? But they don't realize that America's selling a lot of that oil off, okay? In Saudi Arabia, they're not dealing with it. So once the reserves run out, they're talking about October, gas may go back up. So don't get it twisted. Diesel is still high as hell, $5 a gallon. Okay, now unleaded may be going down, and people looking like, oh yeah, see, it's bouncing back. We knew Biden was gonna work something out. Man, look, man, that's only temporary. That's only the quiet before the storm. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I saw it, it pissed me off. I'm like, come on, man. Like, are you serious? Like, we was at $5. Why the fuck is gas going back down? But then I realized it, and I started doing the research. I'm like, oh shit, they're playing with people. It's just the quiet before the storm. All right, because they're still talking about gas going up another $2. So we'll see. We'll see. But even then, it tells you an address that says, behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon earth that they should think themselves to be in good case. So regardless of gas is going down, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. You know, it doesn't mean you still have shortages here. You still got homeless at an all-time high. Rent on average in California is $5,000, man. Who in the hell can afford that? I can't. You know, and it's just utter madness and ridiculousness, man. Okay, so you people, man, hey, you people out there, the 2/3 of our people, okay, you Edomites, you other nations, you have nothing to look forward to but destruction and death, man. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you like this: when the time of the black horse, when that pale horse manifests itself, which is death, followed by this new ordeal they may release, however they're gonna do it, then that's when you're gonna start seeing the words of the Heavenly Father really come to pass. Because doing that fourth horse too, man, okay, which the first horse being the white horse, then you got the second horse, the red horse, which is war, third horse, famine, which is black, pale horse, and that MOTB is gonna manifest itself, man. When things get a little worse, that's when Esau is gonna put the MOTB to pretty much be the savior of this current setup, okay? Which that's not gonna do anything but make people rebel. And the ones of you out there that may have an ear to hear, it behooves you not to take that, because the brother Amawan Gabar, he had a dream last night. Matter of fact, earlier this morning, I watched it was around 3 o'clock in the morning. He said he saw people lining up to take that MOTB. Okay, so with that being said, we are in those times. Hey, we may be heading for another LD, Lord's will, because that ain't gonna do nothing but accelerate the prophecies, man. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And with that, shalom and a ball. Shalom.